Hey Stash Busters, welcome to Feature Friday at 4. I'm Kimmer from the Stash, and today I'm going to show you what came in this last week. We had this last winter for a little bit, and I used it a few times, and I really liked it, both for its softness and smushy, chunky chomfiness, but also for its durability and its price point. So this is a real economy saver type yarn. You get a boatload of quality for the price point. I can't say enough good things about that. It is 100% acrylic. It is from Premier and it's called Basics Chunky. I like that it is a decent sized skein, 100 grams. It is 117 yards. That's pretty standard for a chunky yarn. The ply on it is really round, almost like a little shoelace. It's pretty tightly plied, so you don't get a lot of splitting action on this one, which is nice. It does gorgeous texture stitches. I'll show you last winter. Now, don't yell at me and say, can I have the pattern for that? I love you guys, but I don't have a pattern for this. I may attempt to go back and try to remake this and write it down, but I just made this up. But I made this short cowl with these texture stitches last winter. And this is the color Citadel. Here, I'll show you. That's this color of Basics Chunky. This short cowl was worn like crazy. It has been washed, not gently, like with jeans, husband, so many times. And look how it's still not pilled. It's still in good shape. That's what I mean about durability for price point. It is really sturdy stuff, but it's still incredibly next to skin squishy. You could do some really super comfy warm blankies with this. Great for sweaters, great for outerwear, scarves. If you like chunkier warm mittens instead of like the thinner full fiber ones, they're both valuable for what they do. If I was making mittens, hats, scarves for children who lose things easily, I would just go to town and make them out of this. Just because, you don't have to have a coronary if it goes through the wash with a bunch of towels, or if one mitten is gone forever on the playground in the ephemera of the playground and never to be seen again, So, but yeah, it's great stuff. It's also a really good crafting yarn because of that ply and the roundness. So if you're doing holiday crafting where you need yarn for that, not necessarily knitting or crochet, this is great stuff. And again, good price point for that. We have a bunch of colors. Not all of them. There's quite a few, but we've got about half. I'll show you a few of my favorites. This one's called Birch. And at first glance, it's an off-white or a dark taupe, but when you really look at it, it's quite heathered. I really like this for a neutral. You can make it look gray. You can make it look off-white. You can make it just look like an antique, like a warmer taupe color. This is one of my favorite ones. And it really pairs well with a lot of the colors in this line. This one, Sage, is kind of a jadey green. Again, it's tonally, it's very pleasing. It goes with a lot of the different colors. And then of course this one that I made that short cowl out of, this is a great blue. But there's also Heritage Blue, a deeper tone of that color. And then their Jade, which depending on what you hold it next to can look blue or green, which I really like. I like when I can play around with colors and one skein will do more than one thing for me. Work for me here. There's also the gray is a really warm gray. Oftentimes grays are really quite cool and steely looking, which is there's nothing wrong with, but it's nice to have a gray that is real warm, because again, it goes with, it changes the tone of other colors. I know I constantly harp at you guys about colors, but I'm a color freak. I love, if you want to sell me yarn, just show it to me in a bunch of colors and I'm in. The teal is a nice bright farmhouse teal, and it goes great with the deep red. If you like those classic farmhouse colors, this is awesome. And then the taupe has always puzzled me in this line because it is pink. It's a great color, don't get me wrong, but I would not call this taupe. This is pink. It's like a blush rose color. So the taupe name is a little misleading on this one. You should definitely see it before you decide to use it as what one would consider a taupe. I would definitely treat this as a blush, light, very light mauve, very light, a rose, a light rose, a dusty rose type coaster. So, and then the burgundy is a nice deep burgundy. It is not maroon, it's burgundy. And the plum. I don't love purple, you guys. You know that about me. I'm not a huge purple fan, but this plum is really nice. Again, it's a soothing, earthy, very rich tonal plum. So I really think that you can have a lot of fun with the Basics Chunky colors. So I brought some in. I'm hoping that you guys will take advantage of it for your winter makes, like your hats and scarves and so on and so forth. It's definitely worth buying a few and giving it a whirl. And it would make, for a blanket, I know a lot of people don't want to make a blanket out of chunky yarn because they feel like it will take 7,000 of them, but though the yardage on a chunky in its standard way is usually quite a bit less than a worsted, this stuff, the price point on this stuff is so great that it doesn't matter. You can just buy what you need. So Basics Chunky, that's our Feature Friday this week. Come on in the shop or jump online, www.shopthestashbusters.com. Check it out, see what colors we have, what we have on hand. We have a fair amount right now. And see what you think. Let me know in the comments, too, if you did try it and you like it or what you made out of it. I'd love to see what you guys made. I'll see you next time.